Now let's bring you the news. And the Ghana's Divisional Police Command has commenced investigations into the alleged attempted kidnapping of 6 children at Omanjo, near Soutom, right here in the capital. The suspect, George Oyan, a 37-year-old mechanic and the owner of a drinking spot at Amamule, was arrested on Monday over allegations that he had picked up the children who were playing football at the time into the backend of his pickup after he asked them for some directions to a destination. According to the police, some Okada riders also came to their rescue after the children started shouting for help. The Amasaman Divisional Police Commander, Chief Superintendent Chris Klomaga, confirmed the incident to Henry Kwesibedu.
At about 4 p.m., we picked information from Accra information room that a man had allegedly kidnapped some children at an area called Omanjo. So we actually directed our patrol teams there to find out what exactly happened. And the report we got was that this man, by name George Oyan, is 37 years old, is a mechanic, and at the same time operates a drinking spot. He claimed he was going to a place and then he lost his direction. He saw these little children who were playing in front of a house, and then he asked them for a direction to a place called Pito Junction. And it is not clear that he asked these little children to sit in his bucket. He was using a pickup. They sat in his bucket in order to assist him locate the place. So on the way going, according to the children, they actually got to the place and then they signaled him to stop because this is the Pito Junction. And interestingly, according to the children, this man refused to stop and was still driving. The children became alarmed and some of them actually jumped out of the moving pickup. So the jumping out of the pickup actually attracted some witnesses who saw what was happening, and then they tried to block the vehicle and then call the police, and the man was arrested. So the 6 children are all safe. They are with their families. We have spoken to them. The man is in custody and he's helping us in the investigations. The children were rescued at a place not far from an Okada station, according to the reports we had so far. So some of the Okada drivers are also witnesses in this case who are helping us to actually delve into the matter in order to get to the bottom of it, because issues of kidnapping are not going to be taken slightly for now.
The investigations, were some of the children hurt?
None of them are hurt. We spoke to them yesterday, this morning. We talked to them. Their parents were here. None of them, they are all in good health and are with their families. The explanation he gave was he actually asked these children for direction, which to us is not going to be accepted. These are children between 7 and 10 years. So if you are going somewhere and you lost your way, how will you ask these little children to give you a direction? And worst of all, asking them to sit on board your vehicle. So they sit on board your vehicle and then you drive them to wherever and nobody will see them. Who will know that their children are with you or you have taken them in your vehicle? So those are the areas that we are very much interested in and we are delving into it. We are working very fast, and by close of business tomorrow, we should be able to get to the bottom of the issues.
Now, more than 2 weeks after the online accommodation portal for fresh students of the University of Ghana was opened, there are still thousands of fresh students who are yet to secure accommodation. JoyNews is learning that only 1,907 bed spaces were made available online for both the residential halls and the private hostels out of the 11,000 students offered admission. Now, PSC Nana Safo was at the University of Ghana campus and he reports that many students and parents remain stranded.
Nearly 12,000 students have been admitted to the University of Ghana in the 2019-2020 academic year. Only 1,907 have reportedly secured official residence on campus. This leaves the number of 9,000 and over stranded as lectures start for freshers. Kweku Asante is a student leader.
What people do actually is when they get the legal bets for the traditional horse, I mean Commonwealth or Saba and the likes, it is 853 cedis, and then they intend to sell it for, let's say, 3,000 cedis, 3,500 cedis. Normally, if you go on WhatsApp, you would see tons of messages of students who are selling their bets, and it's going on so much on the public scale on WhatsApp. You would see bet for sale, female bet for sale, male bet for sale. You see people, for instance, ask, can I get a bet to buy? And then someone will say, PM me, or I'll send you a message right away, and then you'd get something of the sort. We must stress the fact that this is not something the university has officially sanctioned. And actually, there are instances where the university is looking out for these people to punish them.
A parent who spoke to JoyNews lamented the poor conditions of service, deepening their woes.
We expected as parents that with respect to accommodation, some allocation, some arrangement would have been made, but it wasn't. So we all had to struggle. We were here since last week, Monday, I queued for 7 hours. I was here for 7 hours before I got a form to fill. I think it's not good enough. So it's not so much about Bunny, but it's about the university management. Now we have now got a room. Today is Tuesday, from last week, Monday, that I came here. And the allocation that has been made, I'm just coming from the room. I'm just not happy because there are 4 in a room. We pay 3,000 cedis each. And the facilities are just inadequate. Because we have been given the room, it means the children can come and start using the room. But several things are not available. For instance, just a rack to hang your towel and other things like that. It's not available.
Whilst many continue to wonder what has accounted for this situation and how this can be fully addressed, the hall manager for Bunny, Selassie Stephen today, is blaming the inadequate structures on campus on the high interest rate regime, making it difficult to invest in that sector.
Currently, we have a land, our 6-acre land, and we develop only 2 acres. We have about 4 acres to go. But our problem is funding. We started with purely equity and went in for a small loan to top up. But the loan in Ghana is very expensive. Debt is very expensive. So if we can have some form of assistance where we have cheaper rates of interest, then we can do a lot. We can build about 6 more blocks. That will go a long way to help the university. But currently we are trying to source some funds, but they are very expensive. So if we can get a cheaper source of funding, we'll be very grateful.
In the meantime, though, he's urging parents to look elsewhere because there are no rooms available.
It was very stressful. A lot of people came here, and there were long queues coming to seek for accommodation. Today, no, we don't have any. People still walk in, although there are notices around telling them that there is no rooms are no more available.
A new semester rolls on, unsheltered or otherwise. Over 9,000 students are expected to make it in time for academic duties, but with bigger numbers expected to be admitted next year as a result of the free SHS program, it remains to be seen how the annual accommodation crisis will be managed. PACA Nanaya Safos report for JoyNews.
Now let's take you to the Bonafo region. And 2 men suspected to be peddlers of substances suspected to be marijuana have been arrested by the Techiman Divisional Police Command upon a tip-off. The two, 27-year-old Samuel Pepra and 47-year-old Kofi Ajamine, were picked up at about 2 a.m. Monday with about 295 compressed slabs of suspected marijuana along the Techiman-Winchi Road. This forms part of the police plan towards eradicating illicit narcotics and its trafficking and abuse out of the Techiman municipality as a major step towards combating crime. Well, we have more in the following report.
The Techiman Divisional Police Command has arrested 2 people for allegedly possessing about 294 compressed slabs of dry leaves suspected to be cannabis. Divisional Police Commander Chief Superintendent Ohene Body Bosman disclosed to JoyNews that the arrest was made at about 2 a.m. Monday upon a tip-off at Jebri along the Techiman-Winchi Road.
We had intelligence that a group of people are planning to bring cannabis, that is weed, to Techiman for sale and distribution. So we went on hiding, waiting for them. They didn't come on Saturday, but the Sunday preceded the Monday around 2 a.m. We saw a Hyundai Accent with registration number GC 29211 proceeding to where we were hiding. Then we stopped the vehicle. When we conducted a search in the vehicle, we detected a wrapped substance, leaves, which is believed to be a cannabis or something. So we brought them all out. When we examined it, we saw it's a dry leaf, which is purported to be a cannabis. So we brought all the quantity out. We counted them. We had 294 packed, compressed parcels of this cannabis. Fortunately, the driver managed to abscond. Then we arrested the two occupants. One, his name is Samuel Pepra, who is 27 years, a teacher at RC KHS at Ejura, Sachejumase district. Then the other accomplice named Kofi Ajimai, alias Ajingo, who is also 47 years old, come from Kumasi.
He indicated that the police are ensuring that the drug trade will be made unprofitable and drug peddlers will be fished out of the municipality. This, according to Chief Superintendent Bosman, is the first step towards combating crime.
Techima has been elevated into regional capital. And with regional capital, if we don't put our security network at place, a time will come, we can't manage the situation. So I have taken the fight to them. We want to be there before they come. We want to take absolute control on security to ensure peace and security within the confines of my jurisdiction and beyond. As a police officer, as I've indicated, drug has a relation with crime, with criminal activities. So we try to curb the drug distributed, we try to curb the drug peddlers, we try to curb the smokers, and we put them at bay so that we have a very good, peaceful, and secure society for the people of Techima and its environs.
The police are currently in search of the driver of the Hyundai Accent vehicle with registration number GC 29211 who absconded into the bushes during the arrests.
We are looking for him seriously. In fact, as I speak to you now, we send people after him. And we have some information, he's hiding somewhere. And I know by the close of the day or tomorrow, we'll get him arrested. Because people have seen him driving that car and they know him. If we don't see, we'll publish him. Then he'll be wanted on our list.
The two, 27-year-old Samuel Pepra, a teacher at the Ejura Sechedumase RC Junior High School, and 47-year-old Kofi Ajiman, a native of Kumasi, are currently in police custody and are being prepared to be arraigned before court.
We are interrogating them and we're taking their statement. Tomorrow, we're taking them to court to stand trial.
Reporting for JoyNews, Anas Sabit, Techima.
Now for our last story, let's take you to the Upper East region where Haven of Love Children's Foundation, a Christian non-governmental organization working in the Boku West district, has organized holiday classes for 170 pupils in Teshi community there. Now the move is aimed at discouraging children from traveling to cities to look for menial jobs during the holiday period and also to help improve their academic performance. Albert Sore has more.
The Haven of Love Children's Foundation is a non-denominational Christian organization committed to supporting and nurturing the youth in the love of God. Director of the Haven of Love Children's Foundation, Mary Mesa, says the holiday classes are the foundation's current project aimed at engaging children of the Teshi community at Zebila to prevent them from taking advantage of their long vacation period to travel down south of the country to try and do menial jobs.
Actually, in the cities, during vacation, you have people who go to private schools and, better schools have the opportunity of having a summer vacation. So normally this kind of programs are done in the cities. You have it, they call it summer vacation, and usually they will have to pay, some of them have to pay large sums of money to come back to school and get extra education. So this would actually go a long way in keeping the children from loitering about and going into all sorts of dangerous activities out there. And they will be motivated to want to come back to school, so that they don't just see, actually that is another purpose of the camp, they don't just see school as an abstract thing or something that they are forced to go to. The aim is to make them see school, that school can be fun, education can be fun, and there's so much out there that they can learn from what they are doing here. So
some of the children who took part in the holiday classes spoke to Joy News.
This 3 days book camp will help me, like the reading books they give us. If I use that one to read, it will help me.
I've learned so many things. First of all, I've learned about the cotton doctor. I learned that Margaret was a girl, and 200 years ago, they say a woman cannot be a doctor, but Margaret forced to be a doctor.
I always farm a lot and does not get time to read. And I'm happy of getting this book camp, and I pray that may God let it come again.
The foundation, as part of its activities earlier this year, took a team of dental practitioners to some communities in the Boko West district to offer free dental services to them.
Many people don't have toothbrushes. They don't use toothbrushes. Those who have toothbrushes, maybe toothbrushes have been there for years. You can use one toothbrush for 2 years. It becomes ineffective. They have wrong toothbrushes. Some are using very hard toothbrushes. They have wrong toothbrushes, and they also use wrong methods. So what I would really recommend is education. And then government should organize more outreach programs. Outreach programs that could be sustained using the health insurance registrations.
The activity was sponsored by the Otumfuo Osei Tutu II Charity Foundation in collaboration with the Smiles for Everyone Foundation. Reporting for Joy News, Albert Sorry, Zebila.
And that's where we wrap up the news for this morning.